Hi, I'm Scott Flowers with Cloud Ninjas. Today we're going to continue our series on the Dell PowerEdge R440 server. In this video we're going to specifically focus on mass updates. Let's get going. Well, hey, thanks for stopping by today to learn a little bit more about the Dell PowerEdge R440 server. Do us a favor, if you find anything in this video useful, click that like and smash that subscribe. Well, top in, this video is one of my personal favorite videos in the R440 series and really in all of our server series. I love the mass updates videos. I think it's really important to keep your server up to date, and I love this feature that Dell has. Supermicro, HPE, these are some of the other big competitors out there. They don't really have a good way of doing mass updates. You need to have an active service contract with HP, which for older machines is overly expensive. With Supermicro, there's just not a really good clean way of doing it. You have to do it, each individual update. With Dell, there's this great feature where we're going to show you step-by-step instructions in just a minute, where you can go in and choose all your updates and do it all at once. And the funny thing about it is that it might only take you 5 to 10 minutes to actually set the updates, but depending on how old your system is, it could take hours to run them all. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll just load up a bunch of them in our lab, we'll run them overnight, get them all updated, so that way when we come back in the next morning that they're all good to go, so it's not bogging down our lab because we're waiting on updates of all things, right? So let's go ahead and hop in and we'll show you exactly how to do the updates.
Hey guys, this has been with Cloud Ninjas, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to perform mass updates. Mass updates is a great way to go ahead and update a bunch of different things for your server all at once. It's going to update things like firmware for your RAID controller, for your network card. It's also going to update things like your BIOS, your onboard diagnostics, different driver packs, and even your iDRAC, and a couple of other things. So it's a really neat feature that is integrated within Dell's Lifecycle controller. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and boot up your server. And during post, you want to go ahead and press F10 so we can go ahead and enter into the Lifecycle controller. Once we are in Lifecycle controller, we want to go ahead and scroll down. You want to go ahead and scroll down to settings. And then we want to go ahead and click on network settings. And in here, we're going to go ahead and connect our server to the internet. So we're going to go ahead and keep our NIC port 1, and then we're going to set a IP address via DHCP. Later on in the series, we have a video talking about how to set a static IP and a DHCP IP address. So if you're interested to learn a little bit more about that, go ahead and check out that video. But we want to go ahead and set this DHCP IP address. We will go ahead and let this load. And once it is successful, we can go ahead and click on Finish. Essentially, by doing this is what's going to allow us to connect to the internet, so we can go ahead and pull all of the updates we need from a Dell Downloads network share. So once we've done that, we want to scroll up to Firmware Update, and then we want to click on Launch Firmware Update. And here we want to scroll down and select Network Share, and then we can go ahead and click on Next. Up here, we want to change this to HTTPS, and then we want to type in the shared name address, which is going to be downloads.dell.com. Once we've typed that in, we can go ahead and scroll all the way down and then just click on Next. And then we'll give this a second to load. And this is going to download and validate all of the update packages. So we can go ahead and then access them and then select the ones we want. So here we can just go ahead and click on yes, and this is only because since we are using servers that aren't supported anymore, that certificate that we're going to download these updates, the certificate's no longer invalid, but it is completely safe. So we can just go ahead and ignore that message. Once all the download packages are finished, we are presented with all of the different updates that we can do. And if something is not up to date, it'll automatically select it. As you can see that we have check marks on some of these, and then some of these don't have any check marks because they're already completely up to date. So we can just go ahead and scroll down and be able to see all the different updates we can run. We can pick and choose different ones. So once we've selected all the ones we want to do, we can just go ahead and click apply. And then this is actually going to start downloading the update packages. So this part may take a little bit of time, but we're just going to wait this out. And then once it's done downloading the download packages, the mass updates will begin, and then we can just sit back and relax. So like I said, all we got to do is just sit back and relax and wait for all this to finish. These updates can take several hours, and there's a lot of factors that determine how long this will take. A lot of it has to do with how many updates you have selected, which updates you have selected. For us, we selected a good amount of different updates, so it's going to take us a little bit of time. Like I said, it could take several hours. It could take 30 minutes if you don't have many updates selected, or it could take 10 hours or so. Sometimes what we like to do is we'll like to go ahead and run mass updates on a bunch of different servers that we're going to be sending out to clients. And we'll come back in the morning, and sometimes they're not fully updated. They're still running. Sometimes we just have systems that are very out of date, so we go ahead and keep that running overnight. But mass updates is such a great way to go ahead and update everything on your system and make sure the system's fully up to date. If you found this video useful, go ahead and leave a like and smash the subscribe. And if you're interested in purchasing a custom-built server, whether it's Dell, HP, Supermicro, Cisco, we have plenty in stock. We also have AMD Ryzen servers, AMD EPYC servers, Intel Xeon scalable servers. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and email us at sales@cloudninjas.com. That's sales@cloudninjas.com. Take care, guys.